Okay, welcome back, everyone. Sorry, hello, Rakari, you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, man. Nice.
Okay. Hey,
Well,
I guess we blew the shot to get him back to answer questions next week, huh? But the Most High had to go the way it go. Gabar just had to bring the sword. So what can you do? I would like to say this. I would like to answer a question. Someone did ask me a good question. Someone asked me through Ustream. Let me get the chat up here. Eliza G asked through Ustream, Elder, why is it so important to get Edomites to recognize that we are the true Hebrew Israelites? As long as the Most High knows, then we are good, right? And I said I would answer that on the show. It's not just good or important to let Edomites know or have them recognize, but the four corners of the earth. And this is why. When you go into the Bible, I'm in Jeremiah 16:9, it says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. We're in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. So how can the Gentiles come before us and say that they have inherited lies if we don't show them where the lies are? And this brother that was on today have shown a propensity to, if he's exposed to truth, he would reveal it. So we reveal truth to Jews and Gentiles alike. But if you got brothers and people out there of Gentile persuasion, be it Jewish or whatever, with the knowledge and the history, and have a platform to tell the truth to the world, it's our obligation as bearers of truth to reveal this to them. And if they don't want to agree, to expose the underlying agenda if there's one. You understand? What are we supposed to dialogue on? We're supposed to dialogue on the truth. And one key element that's missing throughout all these doctrines is no one wants to identify the true children of Israel. All these other points we can agree on. We can agree on that Masonry is evil, that Luciferians are evil, that Christian churches are pagan. But every time we start going into who the true Jews are and who the Israelites are according to the Bible, that ends the conversation. To show you there's some high spiritual understanding that would come throughout this whole earth once the world recognizes this. When Christ says this gospel shall be preached throughout the four corners of the earth and the end shall come, the gospel is to let people know the kingdom is at hand. What kingdom? Matthew 10:5 and 6. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded us by
Alarica, I think we lost you there. Hold on.
Are you with?
You're breaking up a little there.
Okay.
All right. I can hear you now. Go ahead. Repeat what you said before now.
Christ told us in Matthew the 10th chapter to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So if we're going to proclaim truth throughout the four corners of the earth, if a platform presents itself, we must talk about the one topic most people don't want to have a dialogue on. And I believe that's why Gabar came in at the very end and said, listen, there must be an international dialogue. We must put these things on the table. We can agree with all these different points, but why is it the conversation ends when we start identifying the children of Israel? So that's a very important point. The lost sheep must be revived. Now, one other point. Let's see here. When whoever gets an opportunity on your own, you can go research, go to Google, type in from Cain to Causaria. All right? Also, when you type in from Cain to Causaria, it'll give you a genealogy of the Jewish people up to the place of Pergamos in Revelation, the second chapter. See, I don't put these things out unless it's well researched. He was correct that those places are connected to Russia. Why? Because Russians are Khazarians also. The capital of Khazaria was in one area, but Russia and all those different areas were all Khazaria. And the majority of the European Jews that went into Israel in 1940 were Russians, a few was Belgians, a few were Germans. You had some British Jews, but a lot of them were from this particular area. Germans are also Khazarians. Why? Because they were the original Romans. They are Romans. Khazar is the same name for Caesar. Or Russia have what? Tsars. If you are a ruler in Russia, you're called a czar. What czar? Khazar. So I'm putting this out there because I know he knows more than what he's revealing. And you know what? He didn't deny that the blacks were the Jews. And I can tell he understood 100% when I started reading Deuteronomy 28 and went to the slave ships. He knows. The question is, why won't he proclaim it? Why don't he think that's important? When this is even more important to us than it is for those atheists that went over there in Israel who are desecrating the land and polluting the land with their evil, which he admitted. There's nothing righteous going on over in Israel right now at all. There's parties, they're dealing with spiritual orgies, prostitution. This is what goes on. Child pornography. This is what's going on over there. Partying day and night. Ain't nobody worshiping over in Israel. So I wanted to put those things out, and not only that, we have a broad audience. So when I'm speaking to a guest and asking a guest question, I'm doing it with the mindset of teaching others who might not get information. So you have to understand, I'm not concentrating just on him. This is also to liberate our brothers and sisters and give them the mindset, the understanding, to cleave to their book, to their understanding. Now, one thing I'm a little, disturbed with is that, yes, he's a Gentile, but I'll tell you what, at least he's cleaving to the book. And he should, where is our great historians? You understand? So I'm just putting this out there. Our brothers and sisters really need to get up on this and cleave to it, because the Gentiles are cleaving to it. Did you hear me clearly, Gocc? Did I go out, or am I with you?
Yeah, man. Okay, I just have my mic on mute for a minute so you don't get any interference in, but you're loud and clear, man. Loud and clear. Can you hear me? Okay. Am I being heard? Hello? Elder Rafai, you're breaking up. I can't hear it in a minute.
I don't know why.
Okay, all right, there you go. I can hear you now. It's like you're breaking up. I lost you again.
Okay, give me a second. I got it. I think I know what it is. One moment.
Okay.
Okay, one moment. Yeah. Okay, am I clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I just wanted to put that out there. A person had a question of why I when people come on, I ask those questions, and why is that important? It's very important because it's claiming to be us.
Yeah, man.
If someone have your wallet in their pocket, they sitting there with two IDs and you have none, you're gonna say, you know, my wallet was sitting there a couple of weeks ago, and I heard your brother went and grabbed my wallet and gave it to you. Can I have my wallet, please? So the Bible tells you that the same land in which it was said that we were not God's people, we will be called the sons of the living God. We are to talk to them and dialogue with them and let them know that we know now. We know. And as you can see, and I hate to say it because, you know, he seems like a nice guy, but you can still see that there's an orchestrated sin when the truth come out on Arthur Koestler. He almost started going down with the same understanding as the guy of last week. It seems like when the truth comes out and they have an opportunity to admit the truth, they go into another tailspin. All right? And I wasn't here to offend him. I just wanted to come to an equal, a mutual consensus on a dialogue. Since we're both learned men with understanding, let's come to a mutual consensus so that we can actually respect each other on this level. Okay? One thing he did admit is that Christ, listen, I've never heard the new thing of history where Gad went into Causaria. I mean, that's a new spin. Revelations, 2 Esdras 13 and 39 tells us that Gad came over to the New World. 2 Esdras 13 and 39, Gad is a North American Indian. Okay? So, I just wanted to...
Hello.
Yeah, I'm
Your mic coming in and out.
okay. Let me ask through the people on Ustream. Do you all hear me crystal clear on Ustream? Okay, I'm clear.
Okay. Someone telling me it's me. That's on my side. I apologize to everyone.
Yeah, it's on your side, gotcha.
Okay, cool. I tell you what, I'm gonna no, it's on my side also. Okay. Someone telling me that it's going out on their side also as well. All right, I tell you what, let's take some callers in, and I'll try and sort it out on my side. I'll mute my mic for a minute while the next caller comes in. Okay. We have Brother Trey with a question. Shalom.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you can hear me. Yeah, I definitely want to ask the guest some questions. I watched a couple of his videos the last couple of days, and he is a knowledgeable man, you know, especially about the medical industry and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And he had quite a dossier with, you know, jumping from Masons to Mormons to this and that. So I was going to find out, you know, whether this was just another stepping stone for him, you know. And Elder Gocc, that was an outstanding question you asked him about the 12 tribes, you know, in Revelation, you know. Well, who are these people? Where are they going to come from, you know, in the future? They just going to materialize out of nowhere? And he threw him off with that. But my comment is, yeah, I don't know if you could see it, or am I the only one to see it, but I think you battle in the same spirit every week. It's a spirit that's trying to come up against the truth, and you're shooting it down. Excuse me. The spirit of truth, or the spirit of Ahia, is shooting that spirit down every week. You know, all of a sudden, I got to go. When you hit them with who the true people are, they got to go. I only got 10 minutes left. I got to get out of here. But I just want to say that was an outstanding question. You know, when you ask them, well, who are these 12 tribes? You know, how are they going to be sealed if they done away with? And one more thing, he said something that a couple of days ago, I had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to my house, and, you know, I end up having them telling me, well, we got to go, you know, because I was hitting them with the truth. But they said that the Most High done away with Israel after they crucified Christ. And, you know, like I told them, Israel didn't crucify Christ. You know, the Romans crucified him. The religious people, which were the Jewish, Idumeans, whoever they were the one that had him crucified. It wasn't the Jewish people, so the Most High never done away with his people, you know, which was lost.
Well, our people did have a hand in it. Our people were rallied into a frenzy against Christ. Okay, it was a witch hunt, so to speak. They all got together to try to demonize him. After they were stirred up by the Idumeans. But the whole deal is, you notice that they try to teach us that God done away with his people and blamed his death on Israel.
Right.
As if all Israel killed Christ. My question would have been, Jehovah's Witness, well, did Peter kill Christ? What about the 3,000 souls that were baptized that were Jews in Acts, the 2nd chapter? Did they kill Christ? So all Jews did not reject Christ. You have to get that out of their mind, because they are taught in mainstream religion that all Jews rejected Christ, and that's not true.
Okay.
And you get into John and show them in the 5th chapter where there was Jews that believed on Christ. John, the 4th chapter, exactly. The Jews that believed on Christ. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that knock on your door, they don't know. They just trying to get in their time. They got a certain.
Right. I mean,
they knock on it.
They train so well. I mean, they came just like the 3rd or 4th time, and whenever they come, you know, they used to people showing them off. Well, this particular time, you know, my wife answered the door. And she was talking to him, and she was like, I don't want to waste y'all material. You know, I don't believe in what y'all believe. And I said, what religion are you? She said, well, I'm not in a religion. I follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And the lady said, well, that's for Israelites. We're not Israelites. So that's what made me get up and go to the door. I'm like, hold on, let me break this down to you. So
okay.
I had them at the door for about 45 minutes before they was like, well, we got to go. I said, well, let me finish a little bit more. So one of those ladies, I think I opened up her eyes, because she asked to come back and, you know, what church do you go to? I said, well, ma'am, first of all, I don't go to a church, so to speak. You know, I study under elders, I study under a church, but it's not a physical church, you know, like you used to. Well, anyway, she was inquiring about it. I mean, the way I presented myself and answered her questions,
okay.
You know, I think I opened up her eyes. So.
All praise to be the Most High. We got to go to the next call, brother. But
all right. Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Shalom. You keep it going.
All right.
Make sure you put the brother in queue.
Okay.
All right. We have Brother Gabar from the islands with a comment.
Shalom. Shalom, Brother Gocc. Shalom, Elder Rakah.
On the radio, Mom.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah. Hello? Is that everything good here?
Yeah. That's good. I can hear.
Can you hear me?
Gabar, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you clearly. Go ahead.
Okay. What I was going to say is that, you know, it's good that Gabar came and said what he said, because, you know, the Christian religion, the Islam religion, all these religions being preached for so long, and the end never came. Especially the teaching of saying that we're spiritual Israel, or these false things about Israel, and the end never came. This is the gospel that needs to be preached so this kingdom can fall. And this is what Satan is preventing, you know. And I just want to say this for the listeners, especially for the new people listening in.
Okay.
That's a blessing. That's true. Christ says that this gospel shall be preached to the end of the earth. Yeah, St. John 8:31. That's what it is. This gospel shall be preached to the end of the earth, to the four corners of the earth, and the end shall come. So if the Christian church was teaching the truth, they're all over the earth. Why are we still here? Because they're not teaching the truth to the 12 tribes of Israel. They are sending out missionaries to destroy and lie to the children of Israel and bring them into pagan Christianity. That is a good point. Yeah, that scripture where it says the Jews that believed on Christ is St. John 31. Throw out a detail. All right. I guess he corrected it. I was just quoting what he put there. I should have just went here into my Bible here. Now, one thing that I wanted to bring out real quick, the key point, another question I asked the brother that was on tonight. Why is it that black people who are Masons are not accepted into the Scottish and York rites? That's a good question. Slavery is over with. Everything is fine. We're in a free society. We connect all throughout the earth liberally. There's no racism, right? So why is it that black people had to establish their own under Prince Hall? Well, what the brother didn't say that I wanted to bring out, and that's bloodline. Like someone just almost took the word out of my mouth here on Ustream. It's bloodline. You have to realize the Scottish and York rites have the blueprint of their forefather Esau. Their whole mission is to destroy a certain bloodline, and they cannot accept our people up into their hierarchy to understand what the true agenda is. You know what I mean? They would have let a brother from Prince Hall up into their thing. Our brothers and sisters would find out up in there, you understand, that they're actually the sacrifice for the ritual. So I wanted to put it out in our people. We need to wake up. The brothers that are dealing with Prince Hall who feel like they want to be Masons and all that, you have to understand, not only are you dealing with Satan, you're dealing with a religion under Satan and Esau in the Roman rule, and it's a blueprint to kill you. It's a blueprint to kill off your bloodline, and yet you want to link into this, and you're not even. I want to put that out there for those, and that's.
Yeah. He actually said on that part that that these lodges are what you call clandestine lodges. They're not recognized.
What'd you say, Gocc?
No, he said at one point that these lodges are what you call clandestine lodges. That they're not recognized. They're not recognized by the other high level Freemasonry Freemasons.
Yeah, they're not recognized because they are hated, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati hate us, so they're looking to destroy us. He admitted that. You know? But just like he's starting to see the light after coming on our show, and hopefully this brother here that was on tonight will continue to research and understand and spread the word. And why I say that? Because if this paramount, and when you have those who have a platform to tell the truth and put it out there, this is their opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to all men. People can say what they want about Arthur Koestler, but he was rejected by all of his people. Why? Because something came on him in which he needed to tell the truth. So, it seemed like the guy was on this evening. It seemed like that brother knew more than what he was saying, but there's no way he would be invited back on the Alex Jones show in different areas of his, of his ministry if he told the truth about Causary. If he told the truth concerning, and of course, everyone knows that the religion of the Causarians, they were called the serpent people. They worshiped the serpent. And Babylonian Talmud, which is not ironically or coincidentally over in Israel as we are as we stand today. The Babylonian Talmud is still being worshipped by the serpent people. So yes.
What would you say to the thought that maybe there's a pride there also? Why you wouldn't admit it? You understand me? Because then he says, well, I'm Jewish. You understand me? And by going into Khazaria, going into the Khazarian Empire, then you'd have to then admit that, well, you're probably an imposter as well.
Yeah.
With love, lots of good.
Excuse me, sorry.
Well, I would concur that that a person is Jewish, but the people in the Bible weren't Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
They were. Jewish is a religion of Judaism. You cannot people through converting to a religion. And the example I put out there, if I became a Buddhist today, that wouldn't make me Chinese. It would make me Asian. I just converted into an Asian religion, but I'm not Asian. So and also shock. Some of them are shocked to know that they're not the chosen people.
Yes,
they've all special privileges in this time. Everyone's chosen people. They have their little secret synagogues in which they go to and link in with, and they're upheld amongst all society as the chosen. They're respected throughout Christianity. Even Islam look at them as the chosen. So it's also shock. On these shows, they don't expect to be asked a question. There's nothing in our modern day theology or historical circles that can prepare them for questions like this. So sometimes shock it knocks them back, because usually when they speak, they're coming from an authority position in which they know more than everyone else in the room. But when they get to themselves, and that's one thing you can't lie to yourself. When you get to yourself and you start thinking, and the spirit start working, sooner or later reality sets in. And I know that they might not admit it while we're on the radio. Because what they say might mean their livelihood going forward. Reassess this. Just like a lot of us, when we first got the truth, we had to reassess everything.
Tell me about
when they are hit with this, like this on a show or out in public, it's not that they will not come to the truth, but at least we gave the opportunity so that they can understand and see it. And I wouldn't be surprised 3 months from now, or 6 months from now, or 5 months from now, he's somewhere telling the truth about it because he did the research. And our job is well done. We plant the seed. Christ gave us the seed. We plant the seed. And I'm not, listen, and as you can see, I wasn't open to debate or argue or anything like that. I just wanted to drop some information knowing what he, because I do think he, not like a lot of others, he believed in that Bible. And we were the children of Israel. Okay?
All right. We're down to the last 34 minutes of the normal show. All right. Then we're going to the overtime. If you're unable to get in to call it in, the numbers are 646-200-4309. You can always follow us on Ustream. All right. So if you can't get into the normal call, just click over to Ustream. I'm gonna play an ad, and then I'll get back. I'll talk back to you in another minute. Okay. Let's go get the ad. One sec.
Brothers and sisters, come join the Gathering of Christ Hebrew and Bible Academy starting December 23rd. Spend time with the elders live online from the convenience of your own home. every Sunday morning for 3 months, learning the ancient Hebrew, getting up-to-date prophetic news, and above all, learning Bible breakdowns enhancing your Bible knowledge. From the European infiltration of Christianity to the pagan origin of Islam, you'll have the knowledge to tear down all religious strongholds and finally stake claim to your book, the Bible. If you would like more information and are interested in reserving a seat, just send an email to gatheringas1@aol.com. That's gathering as the number 1 at aol.com by December 14th. We look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, everyone, welcome back. Okay, where were we? Let's open up back the lines. All right, we're down to the last 27 minutes of the live show. Like I said, to continue the broadcast, you have to dial in 646-200-4309, or just go over to what you call it? Go over to Ustream. Excuse me. These texts coming in. All right, man. A good show. Welcome to all the new listeners coming in. And I want to say also big up to brother Azariah in the background. Holding the calls and also dealing with the guests and everyone, you get me, coming in. The show's spreading, and to also the listeners who are inviting new people in to come and hear what's going on. All right, big up to you all, man. The show is for you, and let's keep it growing, okay? All right, let's see. We have next caller here. We have brother Benjamin with a comment. Okay. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother Gaza, brother Gocc. I want to comment on earlier when Elder came in and he was talking about we have to bring them to mind. Well, in Deuteronomy 30th chapter, 1st verse, it says, "And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations." And I understand the elder Gabar that came in and said that. And I also want to comment upon the Jewish, in the scriptures, it says in Titus, the 1st chapter, the 14th verse, it says, "Not giving heed to the Jewish fables," meaning their lies. We have to call them to mind and point out who we are in these days, which Christ spoke of in Matthew 24. And I just want to comment up on that.
Okay, brother, man. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, man. Shalom, man.
Shalom.
And also to the listeners who are here in the Blog Talk, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the Blog Talk chat and we can ask them out, or any comment also. For those of you who can't get into the call, you can also do this through Blog Talk as well. And for those of you who are members of the group Search Engine International, you can also drop your questions or comments there, and I'll surely read them out. All right, let's go over to the next caller. We have brother. Okay, yes, and the Ustream chat is also up and running, so you can drop your questions there or you comment, and we'll read them out. All right, we have brother. I can't even pronounce this. Kakik. You have to pronounce this for me, brother. Shalom.
Yeah. Shalom.
How do you pronounce your name?
It's brother Cacique. Cacique. That's Taino for chief.
Okay, Cacique. Okay.
Yeah, Cacique. Yeah. Shalom, elders. Shalom, brothers. Can y'all hear me?
Clearly.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I had a question. I got a couple questions, but I first wanted to thank you guys for everything because, coming into the understanding that the GOCC is bringing, it's changed my life, and I've never really been a part of a church or anything like that, and I'm currently enrolled in the academy, and it's really blessed me. So I thank you and the Most High for that. Thank you all for that. The two questions that I had are kind of unrelated, but I heard Elder Ricard speak on them a few times in the past since I've been following you guys for a few months now. So I'll just put them out there and you guys can answer it. But the first question was, in one of the academy lessons, you mentioned that that sickness and fevers and such things like this could actually be a demonic entity or some type of a spirit entering your body, and I just wanted you to expound upon that. And then the second question was, I just wanted to know what was good, like what's y'all take on so-called gospel music, and like I heard Elder Ricard say something on when the brother Earthquake was on the radio about Yolanda Adams, but you ain't finished up and go into what happened to her or what's good with like so-called gospel music today. So if you guys could please expound upon that, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay, great. Well, the first thing, the gospel music, that came from when you read Psalms 137, of how we hang our hearts under the willow trees. Right. And we were singing, we created that music as a form of refuge and as a form of comfort during our slave time. So when they told us, when the slave masters told us, sing us some of those old songs of Zion. So these were our songs. So by no means is gospel music evil. Mm-hmm. You understand? A lot of that music gets us through. It's inspirational. It's from the Most High. You understand? So
yeah, understood. Yeah.
It's clear difference in what you're hearing up in our church as opposed to if you would go to a Catholic church. They're chanting some all together, you know, under Latin tongue. Entirely different thing. The next thing, Yolanda Adams, just like a lot of our sisters and brothers, are caught up in the music business.
Right.
You understand? And in the music business, the music business we see today is used by top sorcerers and witches. You understand?
Right, and that's where I was going with the gospel music, like the stuff on the radio, like the Kirk Franklins and all of that stuff. That's no good.
I mean, it's not evil to listen to it.
Right.
You understand? It's not, you know what I mean? You can't be over righteous to a point where you seclude yourself and not, you know, you have to be in the world but not of the world.
Right.
You say be in the world, you can't help but be exposed to certain things around you, but just don't let it overtake you and be a part of it. So, and then stick through the bones. And if something is wrong, then you can actually examine it and warn others. But if you just exclude yourself altogether, then you're not going to help others. Mm-hmm. And some people, one person put in here, well, Kirk Franklin carries the homosexual spirit on him. Well, probably so. But as long as he's living, there's an opportunity for him. You understand? And he's struggling with his particular sin. You understand? But all in all, that don't mean that he don't have a conscience towards trying to do right. And we have to. We have to, and I think YouTube and the other social networks have a propensity just to put people away or just put them down altogether because of whatever they're struggling with. You understand? Mm-hmm. Opposed to something like Jay-Z. Jay-Z just, you know, he's on something entirely different.
Right.
He's over, which means mischief, fallen one, the wicked one. And on top of that, he professed Lucifer, and in some of his music, he's saying kill Christ.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's, you know, that's an entirely different. I wouldn't listen to anything that guy has to say. None of his music, nothing. I heard enough of what he's dealing with because he chose a side. He's not struggling with anything. You understand? Right. So just be smart. You know, just be conscious of the fact that music got us through.
Yeah, no doubt. And with the sickness?
When it comes to sickness, remember the woman who was dealing with an issue which she had her menstrual for a long period of time, and she touched Christ and she was healed? That's a sickness. When it comes to lepers, when it comes to all these different sicknesses Christ was healing, he would heal them and he would say, go out and sin no more, to show you that the illness was a spirit or a demon. And when you look at the homilies of the disciples, and I've studied some of the homilies, you have to know exactly what to look into. It goes into mucus. It talks about mucus itself being a demon.
Wow.
Okay? Mucus itself is spirit. Because it's made to destroy life. It comes into the body to destroy life. You understand? So,
Right.
And what they did with the vaccines and all that, they learned that and started putting these spirits in your vaccines. All these different concoctions is allowing demons to enter you. And everyone, the majority of people with asthma are asthmatic due to vaccines. The vaccine is in you. So I just want to put that out there. I'll go into further lessons on it further, brother, but those are some good questions.
Yeah, Tawada, thank you. Thank you, brother. Shalom.
All right, shalom. Bless you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to make an announcement also pertaining to the show next week. Our guest next week will be Dr. Nick Begich. That's Begich. It's an expert on the HARP system. All right. He has let me see here. A book that goes into it, and he's been doing let me see. Let me read it. It says he's the author of Controlling the Human Mind: The Technologies of Political Control and Tools for Peak Performance, and Angels Don't Play This Harp. Advanced in Tesla Technology. Okay, this is the guest for the next week's show. That's Dr. Nick Begich. All right. Now, what we're gonna try and do as it goes on, we're gonna try to have you know in advance who the next guest will be, so you can actually go and look into some of the things that these guys are bringing out, and maybe put some questions together for yourself. So come into the show. We can let the show flow a lot quicker. All right. So we're gonna try and as best as possible to to do that. All right. But I mean, you know what can happen. Some of these guys, when they actually find out who they're coming on the radio show or what they're gonna deal with, may back out at the last minute. You understand? But we'll work with it. We'll flow with it and see where it takes us. All right. We have Brother Aaron with a question. And mind you also, we're down to the last 14 minutes of the live show, going into overtime after that. The numbers to call in 646-200-4309. And if you can't get in through that way, you can always log into Ustream and follow us there, okay? Brother Aaron, shalom.
Shalom, brother. Shalom, Elder Rakah. I don't know if it's Gaha. Did I pronounce that right?
God
yes, Rakah.
Oh,
okay. Okay, well, I have two questions. My first question is, me and my wife been trying to get an understanding on this for a while, is, I know it's probably simple, but just wanted to get you guys' take on the 12 tribes, in specific the white, I don't want to say white people, but the Caucasians, as we know them as the white people today, where do they fit in the kingdom or amongst the 12 tribes? And I ask because, I see believers who are, Caucasian and white, who do, observe the feast days, keep the Sabbath, and, proclaim that, they're following the way, following the true way. So I just wanted to get an understanding on where they fit and just in the kingdom. That's the first question.
Okay, so your question is, where do Gentiles fit in the kingdom, or are you saying white people in specific who are also Gentiles?
White people. white people in specific, could they have ties to one of the 12 tribes, or?
Well, the answer to your question, you can't strive in genealogies to the point of just saying white people, because there are some of our people who look just like Caucasians. But if you ask me in specific, a pure-blooded Edomite, like the British family, like the Bushes, like the people who keep their bloodline separated from the rest, let's just deal with them. People like people who are Romans, let's deal with them. They're Gentiles, okay?
Okay.
If first of all, they are not Israelites. The Jewish people over in Israel today converted into Judaism between the 8th and the 11th century. So you understand that. They converted into a religion for political purposes, to hide their true identity, so that they can one day get back on top politically and religiously and take over the world and destroy us. So they are not, and I'm not talking about the low of their people, the hierarchy, the Zionists. Okay? So you cannot be an Israelite through conversion, which means your blood, you would have to be from the bloodline of one of the 12 tribes to be a physical Israelite. You got that?
Yeah.
So if you ask, where do white people fit in that who are Edomites? They don't fit into that part of it because they are not Israelites. They're Edomites. They don't fit in, just like we don't fit in being Edomites or Ishmaelites. And the Most High made nations, and He divided the people according to nations. So they don't fit in. There was no such thing as any of the 12 tribes being Caucasian at first. You understand that?
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Right.
Now, when it comes to the kingdom, right now, they're in their kingdom. Let me read this for you. I'm going to show you, I'm going to parallel this for you so you can understand it according to Scripture. You have your Bible open?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Got it.
Go to Romans, the 11th chapter. Go to Romans 11. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. When you read the 11th verse, it says, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall, speaking of Israel? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, if of them be the richest of the world, so when Israel fell, what did the Gentiles receive? They received riches. And the diminishes the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness. So when Israel fell, the other nations, including the people who took us down, came into their salvation. They came into their riches. You see that?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, that was through our fall. Now, they have their kingdom. That's why you're serving them. Now, the question is, will they get this kingdom and the kingdom that's coming with Christ too? Now, they can partake, but very few will partake because the majority of them will not let go of their kingdom now. Okay? Why?
Mm-hmm.
You say that there's Christians and there's people that want to do certain things. But the majority of Christians out there are pagan. They're not following the truth. But let's go into Gentiles that do deal with the truth, because we do have Gentiles amongst our church, Jews and Gentiles alike, that are working the kingdom of Christ. Let's just talk about them now. Right?
Right.
Go to Acts 15 and 14. Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
Go to Acts 15 and 14 and hold that and get Amos 9 and 11. It says in Acts 15 and 14, Simeon, we know what said, God at the first did visit the Gentiles, speaking of Cornelius, who met Peter, to take out of them a people for his name. So why did the Most High have Cornelius, which was an Edomite, meet Simeon? To take out a people for his name. So that the people who follow Peter, who are Gentiles, will be separated from their fathers to serve in the kingdom. And I'm going to say that again.
I'm sorry, it was Amos. The next one.
Amos 9 now.
Okay.
Amos 9.
Okay.
This links directly to that, but it goes into more detail.
Okay.
And that raise up the tabernacle of David and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. 12th verse, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name. So he had Cornelius go to Peter so that he can take out a people out of the Gentiles for himself. You understand? These are people who would believe.
Okay. Okay.
Like Cornelius did.
Okay.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you for that. And my second question was about sports. You guys believe that, where should we stand as far as, participating in, and watching, basketball events, football, baseball, all the major sports? Should we even watch these? Should we play them? Should we put our our kids in them, or should we just stay away from them?
Well, some of the sports gods, if you are dealing with the sports to the gods, like the Olympics and all that, we shouldn't partake in any of that. Those are sports to the gods. But all in all, the Bible says where there's no law, there's no transgression. Okay, so if there's not a law in particular to say don't do certain things, if there's no law there, then you can't say for sure, okay, I shouldn't do this or that. You must see a law that says not to deal with it. And that makes it clear. Where there's no law, there's no transgression. So if there's something in the sport that's causing you to sin, then it's sin to you.
Okay.
You understand? But if you don't see it in the Bible, it's not sin.
Okay.
You with me?
All right.
But if you're doing sports to gods, like the Olympics are known sports to the gods, we shouldn't be participating in the Olympics.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you. I think that's where I got it mixed up too. You answered it from hearing like teachings about the Olympics and regular sports. Thank you, though. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Elder. Appreciate it.
One that'll take you back in queue real quick.
Okay. Yes. Elder, let me piggyback off that first question, right?
Yeah.
How do some of these Israelite groups get away teaching that there's no place for the Edomites when it's clearly stated in Amos 9 and 11 on down? How do they get away with that?
See, but they don't get away with that, and it goes.
I'm sorry, I lost you then.
Okay, I think it's your line, but I'm going to just say it so you can hear me.
Okay.
Where it comes in at is that you got a lot of Israelite groups out there who their whole basis is what you would shock entertainment by bashing white people.
Right.
And they use the book of Obadiah, which says that there shall not be remaining none from the house of Edom.
Right.
They don't understand. If the Most High says that He's going to take out from amongst them a people for His name, these are the people being judged as the children of Edom, because the Most High took out a people for His name. You know, so they would like to just keep the doctrine on what color Christ is, and the white man is the devil.
Right.
You understand? We got, these are the same people that don't believe in baptism, water baptism.
Right.
People were teaching, a lot of them teaching there is no such thing as hell for judgment. Same people that are teaching reincarnation and all that these different doctrines of devils.
Yes.
So when you go into the Bible, though, the Bible makes it clear. If these Gentiles reject their God, step away from paganism, be it white or any other color,
right,
they will be, there's a role. And this is the thing I'm perplexed about. How can these people teach that the white man is all going to be killed and then say that the white man is going to serve him in the kingdom? So my question is, if the white man is going to serve you in the kingdom, how is he going to get there? If he's going to, how is he going to get into the kingdom to serve you? So it's what I would call shock entertainment.
Right. And also the point of act. Hold on, let me see. We have 60 seconds to the overtime. I'm just gonna hold on so everyone can call in, and then I'll say what I was about to say then. All right, we have 60 seconds to the overtime.
For the Ustream too, if they can't make it in on our main price site. Right.
Okay, so those of you who can't call in, just head over to Ustream and you'll be able to follow us. And that's on the regular Gathering of Christ Church channel. Okay? And okay, we got 20 seconds to go. Okay.
Just type in GOC Church on Ustream. That's the letter U stream.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, and we are now in the overtime. Alright? And for anybody here who's still in the queue, if you get cut off from the overtime, just head over to Ustream and you'll be able to pick up. Okay? Yeah, what I was gonna add to that as well is also in Acts the 10th chapter, when Peter says it's unlawful for one to come into one of another nation. If Cornelius was a Israelite living abroad or living in a foreign land, Peter wouldn't have had a problem going to sit down with him. So, it's so funny that this conversation came up with me here in the UK this morning actually. Someone talking about the other Israelite groups teaching that Cornelius is an Israelite and whoever teaching is an Edomite or not, doctrine of devil and all of that stuff. Someone actually came to me with that today. So if the person is listening as well, I hope you got your edification. Yeah.
Did you say something? Did you with that today?
Say again?
Somebody came to you with that today?
Yeah. I had to deal with that this morning. And the whole Edomite issue. It branched off from an email that we got, and we also saw a video with some other guys going against Brother Yakan over in Toronto. They made a video on it,
My question is, You show me one place in the Bible where Christ and the disciples said that the white man was the devil. Now, it says, behold, the devil shall cast you into prison. That's where they'll go. Revelation 2:9 and 2:10. They said, well, who goes to the prison? So my answer to that is, how many brothers get a badge and knock us upside the head and throw us in prison too? How many of our let me tell you, you go before a black judge, you get sent to prison
quicker, yes.
So,
but this used to be a thing when we used to travel. Like, if I was traveling into the States and the immigration officer was black, I'd try my best not to go to him because guaranteed that's where the trouble gonna happen. Likewise, traveling into most countries, man, you think that you go to your own and you'll have maybe an easier time, but nah, it don't really work like that.
That's a shame.
Yep. But yes, all right. Let's take the next call. All right, we have Brother Ivan with a question.
Hi, Brother Rikai. Hello.
Shalom. Yes.
Yeah, shalom. I just want to ask a couple of questions. I don't know. You may probably think I'm crazy. It's something that happened to me when I was at the age of 9 years old, and up to now, it's still haunting me. It's like at the age of 9 years old, I was in West Africa, and I went out for 3 months, and when I woke up, it was about to bury me. And I had to learn how to walk. I couldn't see. They had to take me up in the mountain and for me to gain my sight. And after that, I keep having, like, I don't know how to call it, but people around me, people that I know is something wrong about to go on or is somebody going to die. I kind of sense it and know it. And I have said it so many times that this thing going to happen to somebody, and it happened because of that. I had to stay away from my family, and they just look at me wrong like I'm an evil person. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a curse or something on me. I don't know. And I've been looking for an answer for a long time till I came across your guide online, and I just decided to ask you because you have more knowledge on the Word of God in the Bible. I don't know if you can help me out with it.
Okay, where do you live at? What city? What state?
I'm in Colorado right now.
Colorado. I don't know if we have any people near there, but what you would need to do, brother, is first of all you would need to call on the name of Ahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya. Ahaya is the Most High's name. Ahaya in the name of Yeshaya. Mm-hmm. And it will be, if you separated yourself for some time and fast with no food and water for some time, 2 or 3 days, and pray to Ahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya, to rid all spirits.
Okay. And just another question, something I want to ask you too. I know like the people in West Africa because I have family from West Africa. And I know these people from the Hebrew based on the culture, and some of these people, they still date back to the old culture and the status and things that have done. And I ask myself, why don't we, brothers and things over here, hold hands with the people down there instead of segregating them from us and calling them African or these other names?
So you're asking what?
I'm asking that we over here, the so-called Black American, the way how they call us, and with the people in West Africa and think we are part of them, they are part of us. Why can't we take these measures onto them and try to bring them to the Most High? Because, I mean, it's a huge thing.
We have brothers in Africa right now, brothers that are over there teaching in different parts of Africa right now. Not only just in West Africa, we have people in Zimbabwe. We got Brother Kuda in Zimbabwe that's doing worse. Okay. And we got people that we've awakened over in West Africa, like in Ghana. And Ghana is a Hebrew word. See, the problem altogether is the fact that Christ will gather us. And the problem in that is, even if you go into Ghana and these other areas, you're going to be, there's different religions over there in which they worship these different deities and gods and vegetation and all that.
That I'm totally aware of that.
Yes. So it's the same thing. I mean, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, be it in America, in Colorado, or in Africa. The same curse is on us. And only Christ can gather us together. The only thing we can do is go out and spread the word and let them know the kingdom is at hand and give them their identity back for those who will see. But we will never come together as a large nation until Christ returns. It won't happen. A matter of fact, we'll be pilgrims running for our lives together before Christ returns. In practice, we will not come together as a nation until Christ returns. And the fact that we know now the powers that be are looking to destroy us all together, because if we come together and call on the Most High again as one nation, they're done. They're finished. So they will, not only that, the scriptures tell us in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter that even if the prophets are sent to our people, they won't listen.
True. And just another thing, is there a way or number I can get in direct contact with anybody like close to me, so I can find a way to link up with you and find a way to attend one of your academies?
Yes. The phone number for the church is 215. 253. 4448.
4448. Okay, thank you.
You can send an email, and we'll send you all the information to stay in contact with us, because who knows, maybe the Most High is putting the Spirit on you to do something in Colorado. And usually
probably
I'm saying
because,
that,
I was totally lost. I just got baptized in the Catholic Church 2 years ago, and it seems like to me something wasn't right. I ran away from there. And when I left from there just 6 months ago, I started sitting, trying to understand the Bible myself, till I came across some of your teaching online, and things really started clicking to me.
Exactly. So the Most High can raise you in a short time to do great work. And I'll tell you this, you can learn more with this truth in 3 months than you can all your life in the world trying to find out what's going on. So that would be good if you got into the academy and you came and learned amongst us, or altogether download the videos too that's out there before they strike them. Don't forget.
Yeah, I can see that they're taking a lot of them off.
Yeah, they're coming at us hard, brother. I'm gonna tell you, because we don't curse no one, we don't say nothing wrong. We just bring out understanding that the lowest man can understand and come to the same truth. And stand, man or woman, that come to the same truth and stand as the sons and daughters of Zion. So, there's a campaign against us hard. They'll let all the people that's cursing people out and all that, they want that divisive teaching. They don't want spiritual education out there. You understand? So, hey, contact us, brother, and we'll be looking forward to you doing some work. Get ready.
Okay, thank you. You say gathering as one, AOL.com, right?
Gathering as one. That's the number 1 at AOL.com.
Okay, thank you.
All right?
All right.
All right, bless you.
Hello.
Blessed.
So we're going to open the lines again and take a few more callers and move it through. All right, we have Brother X with a comment. Bring him in. Brother Xavier.
Oh.
Real.
Hear me?
Clearly, sir. Go on.
You was mentioning it was a quick conversation about the Gentiles and how other Israelites say they can't make it to the kingdom, and also they can't practice righteousness, as you hear some of these Israelites saying. And I just wanted to pull out a scripture in 1 Kings, where after Solomon had built the temple, we had went over this study last night. After Solomon built the temple, he said a prayer. was concerning that when you make prayers towards Jerusalem or towards the temple, where the Most High keeps his eyes and his ears at constantly and perpetually, he made a specific prayer for Israel and for the Gentiles. And like you'll notice, like these Israelites don't go to this specific scripture, and I just like to read it real quick. This is 1 Kings chapter 8. After Solomon built the temple, he said a prayer for Israel, and the prayer for Israel was when they come together and they say prayer towards this place, which was, the temple, like Daniel was praying towards Jerusalem. In Psalms, you got a scripture that tells you pray towards Jerusalem. And here it is in 1 Kings chapter 8, he's saying, Israel, pray towards Jerusalem when you want to come out of captivity, when rain doesn't fall from the heavens. He also said a few other things, and he said this for the Gentiles. 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 11 says, Moreover, concerning a stranger that is not of thy people Israel, but cometh out of a far country for thy name's sake. And you can precept that saying, he's going to call out some Gentiles for his name. This is also here, Solomon saying the same thing. He goes on to say, verse 42, For they shall hear of thy great name and of thy strong hand and of thy stretched out arm, when he shall come and pray towards this house. Hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and do according to all that called before. So even Solomon is asking for, mercy for the Gentiles, or what you would call the strangers, that all the people of the earth may know thy name, to fear thee as do thy people Israel, and that they may know that this house which I have builded is called by thy name. And that's all I wanted to pull out, just provide that info. Shalom.
Well, thank you for that. Shalom. Okay, and I don't know if Elder Gabar is listening. Let me see, Elder Gabar. Elder Gabar, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, just for the listeners, for the show on Monday, could you announce it for me, please?
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, we're going to be having Bible studies in the church. What we decided to do is also have it air on Ustream, which we already started, and also on the Blog Talk Radio. So it's going to be a Blog Talk Radio. People will be able to call in, also ask questions, and it's going to start at 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern p.m. From 7 to 10, so 3 hours. So that'll be Mondays. I know I spoke to Zohar 2 weeks ago that wanted to come in and in regards to the show, because I know he's been traveling and the show has not been steady. So we're going to be having the Bible study every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, so let me ask.
On Black Talk.
What happens to the glorifying the arts on Monday?
We're gonna add that. We're gonna implement that. We're gonna talk to the other brothers like Brother Xavier and also Brother Rai, and they're gonna implement that in this show as well. Okay, all right, no problem. So it's, as it stands, in Bible study at 7 p.m. Eastern on a Monday, right? Yes, sir. Okay, cool. Okay, and the Tuesday and everything else stays the same. Yes, sir. All right then. So cool. Everyone hear that? Monday night we have a Bible study with Allah Gabar at 7 p.m. Eastern. On a Tuesday night we have the Hebrew Ways Life, hosted by Brother Xavier and Brother Kai, which is various study on how to understand and apply the Bible for correction, work towards perfection in the eyes of the Most High, bring Jacob back to the Father, and live the Israelite way of life. Once again, that is at 9 p.m. Central on a Tuesday night. Okay, on a Wednesday evening at 5 p.m. Eastern, we have the Gathering of Christ Church Search Engine International, revealing the truth, exposing lies, hosted by Brother Gocc, Elder Rakar, identifying the man of sin, and exposing the snares of this world
and the different aspects through which the wicked work against the righteous. Once again, that is at what time? My show. Excuse me. My bad. Let me see. The show is at 5 p.m. Eastern, and the Eastern time. For those of you in the UK tuning in, it's at it's 10 p.m. UK time. That's 2200 GMT time. Okay, and on the Thursday, excuse me, we have What Scripture Is That, and that's Thursday night at 4 p.m. Central, and we have that's hosted by Brother Rahai and Brother Zarai. Okay, and on the Friday evening at 4 p.m. Central, we have Friday Night Sabbath coming out of Babylon, and that's hosted by El Ramar and Yawanathan, where they using the Bible identify the Babylon written in the Revelations, going through the time prophecies and the second coming of the Messiah. Excuse me, I'm reading off a list right now, and I forgot that I do the Wednesday show. It's almost like I was just I stepped outside myself for a minute. I apologize for that. Okay, let's see. We have Brother Darnell with a comment. Let's go back to the phone. Ella Ricard, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here, brother.
Okay, cool. Let's take another call. We have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, about 3 more calls to go through. And like I said, we're down to the last 20 minutes of the show. 25 minutes of the show, excuse me. All right, Brother Darnell with a question. Excuse me, a comment.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Elder basically answered my comment I had, but my comment is to soften the blow to, some of these Gentiles that believe that, they're Jews, is that we got to bring up, Cornelius, and that, he was a Roman, and, he was accepted by Christ. So, not all Romans are bad, and, because I think they get hurt when they find out, that some of them are the serpent people. So, I think we should bring that up, and, to soften the blow when we give them the understanding that, they're not the Jews.
Well, that's some good advice.
Well, because I've got that when trying to teach to people, I've been getting that, like, they've been making me, or, like I'm just coming off being like pro-black, or I'm just talking all about black people. And when I got that teaching from you about Cornelius, it really helped me with people, because I was able to show them that, Cornelius was one of the first Gentiles that was loved by God and was, was a great person and was, got to come into the kingdom. So it's not like all Romans are bad, or, they're not all bad people. It's just the certain groups, like you were saying, that want to keep their bloodlines. And it just goes right along with the Nazis. They all care about Satan's seed bloodline. That's the whole reason of white power and everything. That it just all traces back to that. It's like, and that's what I let them understand. Is like, you're not a white power type of person, so you shouldn't feel this way. But I've just got that understanding that I've got from you guys helped me a lot with Gentiles, letting them know that, not all Gentiles are bad, or not all Romans are bad.
I would like to tell you this, brother, and that's good that you are the way you are, because the Most High made you this way, and you're able to get a demographic of people that most probably wouldn't be able to, break through, especially dealing with this politically correct world we're in. But I'll tell you this. If the prophets and teachers, including Christ, were standing in this earth today, there'd be very few people listening to them, because being politically correct is the last thing that they'll be thinking about.
Oh, definitely. What I'm just saying, just so we can get some of these people to stay on, because it's like, they just, you know, like you say, they always just run. They just run so fast once they get the understanding, in which we know.
Brother, I need you to hear what I'm saying, because I'm not going against what you're saying. I need you to hear something. Okay? That's crystal clear. All right? I dealt with people in a politically correct fashion, and they'll walk away. So what I'm saying is, you can't always blame it on certain things, on why a person. Usually a person walk away because they don't want to deal with the truth. You understand? So I hear what you're saying, but I'll tell you right now, if the prophets and teachers was in this earth today, the majority of people would be offended. Why? Because sometimes that's effective. Sometimes people don't need to get it in a soft tone, in the way they need to, in the way they would accept it. Sometimes they need to get it right. They need to get. The Bible says, "Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people transgression." Sometimes you got to give them the truth, and if the truth hits them back, at least they have something to think about. Now, of course, if you're dealing with someone that's meek, timid, and that's emotional, and that's usually what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Christians, of course, there's certain things, that certain way you have to approach them based on their program. That's the. But when I was dealing with this guy tonight, I was giving him, you have to realize this guy was highly learned. He had the history to contend and to stand with the gospel. On top of that, he understood everything I was saying. So when I said that they were the serpent people, I wasn't saying that to offend people. That's what they were called. That's what they called themselves, and they were proud of it. You understand? And they're proud of it today. But what I'll do is I will take your advice in certain areas to understand that, you know, in certain scenarios.
Well, I'm definitely not going against anything you're saying. I've just was then trying to, you know, teach truth myself. I've just got, you know, some actual headway with that, and I just thought to bring that forth. Because it's like I actually get more pushback. Like I mean, a lot of stuff you say just always comes true, because I get more pushback from, you know, our, you know, Israelite brothers than I do Gentiles. You know, I've you know, was able to give understanding to Gentiles that receive it more than, you know, like my brothers that I tried to, you know, tell. And it's just like, I don't understand how none of these people, it just seems like they don't even want to be God's chosen people. It's like once I found out I was even close to be God, you know, a part of God's chosen people, I was like, you know, trying to jump right with it. So it's just like, to me, I can't even see how these people just push back so much. And it was like one time when I was in the barber shop trying to, you know, tell my barber, which is, you know, from the tribe of Judah, you know, I was trying to let him know that, you know, he was an Israelite. And he wanted to like basically cut me off and uphold that because he had went to this Egyptian museum that, you know, and then noticed that all the, you know, statues and stuff looked like black people. And, you know, he was trying to uphold that. And I'm like, no, that ain't you. You know, you're from, you know, Christ's actual tribe that, you know, Christ was born from. You're not an Egyptian. But, you know, it just seems like I get more people that want to be Egyptian than even want to be, you know, Israelite.
Yes, brother, man. Yeah, that's so true, man. That's the true thing. Our people have a hard time accepting this truth. You know, man. But, yo, I thank you for your call, man. I thank you for your participation.
Thank you. Shalom.
Shalom, man. And just to add to what you were saying before, Job was an Edomite. All right, so you know, just keep that one in. You understand? But the Most High dealt with Job even before Cornelius. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, you know, I think we lost a few of the callers here when the show went into the overtime. So right now, I'm not. Can you
know what I like? So I see brothers and sisters, and I see someone saying that Gentiles and heathens will serve us as handmaids and servants in the kingdom. I like to put it this way. Gentiles will serve Israel, those Israelites that make it into the kingdom. Let's put it that way. I mean, I see a lot of these Israelites out there want to give them, think because being an Israelite, you got a one-way ticket into the kingdom. And it doesn't work. Ye that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Mm-hmm. And I'll usually when I'm dealing with Israelites, I make a statement coming out of the Apocrypha they don't like, because the Bible tells us, the Apocrypha tells us, that instead of us being concerned about how the wicked shall be punished, we should more so be teaching on how the just shall be saved. On who's going to serve and who's going to do that. The question is, where will we be? It's time. All right.
Let's see. We have. I think that did it for the callers tonight. I don't know if you have any questions coming in off the Skype that you want to answer. Excuse me, off the Ustream.
Okay, I'll answer a few questions from the Ustream chat. Then after that, we may have to cut it early tonight because it's early in the morning here. Okay. Let's see. One moment. One moment. Let's see what we have here. One moment. Let's see what questions I have here. I'm sorry, I see Kenya. You didn't get the information for the advanced lessons, and I know I see you in many past Hebrew academies. So let me straighten that out. And we have our advanced lessons every Friday now, on the dime, every Friday at 6 p.m. So you should have received, let's see, one moment. You should have received an email. Okay. And what you have to do is check your spam and see if it's in your spam when the email comes. All right, let's see what else we have here. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, Kenyatta, don't worry about it. You will be on it. We will send you the link to get the one you missed, and you will be on the one coming. Okay. Someone says my video is on Ustream. How is that possible? I have something in front of my camera. That's incredible. If my camera can see through this. Can you refresh that to see that? One moment. Hold on. Someone say that. Azariah says, I got a white tee on. I wonder how he can see that. Unless that's an old still shot. You probably have to refresh it. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let me see some of the questions. Someone asked, I I hear about Hamas. What's going on with Hamas? Give me the information. Okay, for those who didn't receive the information for the advanced lessons every Friday, and that's for those who have made it through a complete academy. Send an email to gatheringas1@AOL.com, and we'll check you with the list to make sure you're on the list. If you went through a complete academy, we'll put you on the list. Someone says maybe you should ask the guests how long they have. Sometimes we do, but but sometimes they need to cut it short.
To just add on to that, the guest, you said you would only be able to stay for an hour and a half. 90 minutes you gave us at the beginning, and I'm seeing a pattern go on still. I mean, like for example, when we had the pagan on the first time, and he was able to talk, and there was no, we gave him the floor to speak. He stayed for the entire show. The second show, when the questions came at him now, it was like a battle, and we asked him to come back on the third time now, and then it's a no-go, So the pattern changed with them based on the line of questions or the line of conversation. These guys are professional people. They know when to pull out, or when to stay, when to just to continue with it. So I believe that for the next couple of guests that are gonna come onto the show, we're gonna probably see a similar pattern. If the conversation goes into a line where they're being asked questions that they're not too comfortable answering, or it might prove an end to their livelihood based on the answer that they give. We saw that with Ken Beagleheisen, when he came on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got a few questions here, Gotcha. One question: all the 144,000 from this generation? No, it's not. The 144,000 began count after the disciples. So there's those who are dead in Christ who will rise, who are part of the 144,000 also. So it's really a less number in this generation that need to come to the truth. Let's see. I know Lex will. I don't know if I can go into the scriptures, because we get those scriptures in particular because we have a short time. But the Egyptian hierarchy really, and it's not them at all, it's the Muslim Brotherhood who are part of the Masonic order of Arabs. The Masons just don't stop with Caucasians. You have the Buddhists, which are Asian Masons, and you have the Muslim Brotherhood, which was put over Egypt. They claim they're going to tear down all the pagan images all throughout the Middle East, but really they're using that as an excuse to try to blow up the Pyramid of Giza, saying that it's a worship idol, when really what they're looking to do is to release the spirit at the bottom of the Great Pyramid Giza, which is Azazel, the demon, which he's been there since the time of Enoch, and that's where he's bound. So they're looking to try to release Azazel. Let's see, what's the next question here? Elder, what are the plans for the brothers and sisters in prison? For the plan for the brothers and sisters in prison, once this system breaks down, a lot of them will escape. Others, some of them will be released, and they're going to think to chip them so that they can fight in armies or be released throughout society. Instead of the leg bracelet, they'll have the chip. And when some of our brothers come to the knowledge of what it is, if they don't know already, some of them will get out of jail and take it out of them and try to escape. All right, what's the next question here? we can definitely start a prison ministry, but we tried that before, and it didn't last long. Unless you're bringing one of the mainstream religions, they'll have you out of there quick. All right, but I'll tell you what, it's open. Brothers and sisters, you can go down to the prisons and with flyers and things of that nature and tell them you would like to talk to some of the inmates, and while the opportunity affords itself, speak to them and let them know what's going on. Let's see here. I'm trying to get through these questions here. One moment. Let me pause this real quick so I can answer these. And anything I'm saying that, Gocc, you can come in on if you have an adding point.
Okay.
Got me?
Yeah, man, I'm in.
Okay. Odiga Daniel, please don't mean to sound off point, but I need clarification of what it meant in the book of Revelations that when the seventh trumpet sounds, the mystery of God will be finished. Well, when the seven trumpets sound, that's the last trump. That's when Christ returns. He's going to be finished because now he's sending Christ to put all the enemies under his feet. All right. What's the next one here? Let's see. Someone asked, is Elder, the teaching that you did on Daniel 11, is that really Obama? Well, it started with Antiochus Epiphanes. He was in the same spirit. But it's Obama who's in that spirit now. Absolutely, that's him in that spirit now. All right, what's next? When the Israelites were purged in the wilderness before, did a large percent of people get purged for lack of faith? Well, the people that were purged were through disobedience against the law of the Most High, and they tried to establish something separate from what the Most High established, and there was a large number that was swallowed up. Let's see. I found a website that tells how to deactivate the RFID chip. That's good. You probably want to share it. The Bible says if you get the chip, you're going to be destroyed. But I guess if in a situation where if someone gets it in ignorance and have no knowledge of what they're doing, I'm sure there's room for grace if the Most High allows them to take it out. Okay? But if somebody consciously get it knowing what it is, then that's a purpose sin there. There's Gocc. There's no chat.
Excuse me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Could you repeat your question, please?
No, I'm asking, is the chat still up where you are? I mean, online.
Yes, it's still there. Still there.
Okay.
But I'm not getting any questions in.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, what's here?
There was a comment that was made saying when the guest said when he said that iniquity means lawlessness, and I was also gonna add to it that sin is transgression of the law. So if there's no if there's no law, it's lawlessness, and it equals back to sin. It's the same thing.
That is correct. That is correct. Let's see here. The states that are petitioning from the U.S. and Puerto Rico request to join the U.S. Is that just another distraction tactic? I don't think it's a distraction tactic at all. I think this petition is leading to a civil war. There will be a civil war in the United States. All right? Because those who are knowledgeable, who've seen America fall through war, be it the Revolutionary War, be it the Civil War, there's things that lead up to it in which you know civil war is about to happen within the country. So when they're petitioning to be separated, that means they don't want no outside influence. They want government through their state opposed to the Union. And the Union can decide, well, listen, we're going to war with you if you try to take a state out of this. If you try to come out of this, we're going to war with you. So that's what it's going to lead to that very soon. Someone says, would you say Revelation 13:14 is indicative, Gocc 62, of the icons and crucifix within the Christian church? Let me read it. Okay. And Gocc 62, how you doing, too? Long time no see. Let's see here. Hope you're doing well. Revelation 13. Let me get it for you, sis. Okay, Revelations 13 and 14. Let me read that. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. That is correct. The imagery in idolatry is part of the imagery of the beast. It's correct. Their idolatry is an image to their beast, to the beast they worship, or the demon they worship. But it don't stop there. That falls into every level of idolatry all over the earth because the beast is Satan. All right? Someone said they seen a video of the forehead chip. Well, you will have a choice according to Obamacare. Okay? They can't force a chip in you. You will have a choice. What they'll tell you is, well, if you don't get the chip, then you don't get any health care. But you have a choice to deal with, healing yourself opposed to the system. There'll be alternatives. Is the pictographic Hebrew legit? Are you talking about the Assyrian letters when you say pictographic? President Obama was crying in one of his thank you speeches now. A lot of Christians and people think he's our savior. All right. Yeah, that's enough of him. What's next? Well, we thank you all. We thank you all. All praises be to the Most High. Can I get understanding on Revelations 9 and 6? Let's see here. Revelations 9 and 6. And And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces was the faces of men. This is speaking of demons and specters being released from hell. It's just talking about the last days and the time when the demons will be released. He's describing what he's seeing, a vision of what he's seeing of these demons that are being released. And they're surrounding the whole earth. They're operating in the earth. They're operating like locusts. They're everywhere. These are demons. Let's see here. Isaiah 14:14, lightning is Barak, and Obama, what? It says Ubama in concordance. Well, I tell you, yeah, lightning is Barak in Isaiah 14:14. Okay? But I don't know if that's any relation to him, but, I'll tell you this, everything that he instituted will be, everything he signed into legislation as far as his executive orders will be utilized during his administration. And I strongly believe that guy, like I said years ago, even before he was voted in, that will probably be the last president of the United States. And as a matter of fact, there is no United States anymore, so I was absolutely correct with that through the Spirit of the Most High. And I'll tell you this, he's going to execute his full authority within the United States. And our brothers and sisters must get ready, get prayed up and pray in the name of Bahaya, Bahashim, Yeshaya, Wa, and get ready. And if it means leave, leave. Okay? When I say that, just be like pilgrims in that day. Just prepare to walk away from everything you have and let the Most High guide you. And
Hello?
Yes. I guess we're up.
Yeah, we're down to the last 5 minutes of the show now. We're gonna I think this is it. I'm gonna play the Hebrew Academy advert one more time, and then I'm gonna play. Then the brother Azariah is gonna play a song out for us. All right. So with that, I want to say shalom. Thank you to and tawada to everyone that tuned into the show. Those of you who are still listening via the blog talk, and those of you who are also on Ustream. Hope to see you again next week. Same time, same place, the most time willing. And be safe, everyone. Until we meet again next time. Allah Rakar.
Bless you, and you all have a great evening.
Okay. All right, let me bring up the Bible Academy one more time for those of you who didn't get it. And then we're going to play a song out, okay?
Brothers and sisters, come join the Gathering of Christ Hebrew and Bible Academy starting December 23rd. Spend time with the elders live online from the convenience of your own home every Sunday morning for 3 months, learning the ancient Hebrew, getting up-to-date prophetic news, and above all, learning Bible breakdowns enhancing your Bible knowledge. From the European infiltration of Christianity to the pagan origin of Islam, you'll have the knowledge to tear down all religious strongholds and finally stake claim to your book, the Bible. If you would like more information and are interested in reserving a seat, just send an email to gatheringas1@aol.com. That's gathering as the number 1 at aol.com by December 14th. We look forward to seeing you there.
Christ.